It's great to see you today on the Raven's Nest, finding hope and spirit in these interesting times. And don't forget to subscribe. We're beginning to see some shifting about some people's thoughts and opinions, and some people are beginning to open their eyes maybe a little more and start questioning some of the things
Yeah,
that
for
they've
white
been.
folks, oh, they're killing white people. Yeah, it's
Right, they're killing white people. And
yeah.
it's like, hello, black people have been telling us this for quite some
Welcome
time,
to
and
our
we just
world.
haven't been
Yeah.
listening.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
But but as we see some of these shifts happening, I do think that those of us who've been kind of saying all along, hey, this is going to happen. We've been predicting this for years now, a decade now, that this was going to happen. That we uh not be too smug in our told you so's, so to speak. Because I do think that um, some people are beginning to kind of open their eyes, and even though they may not agree with a lot of things, they are beginning to kind of go, "Hey, wait a minute, this doesn't feel like America. This doesn't feel like the United States. This doesn't feel like the home of the free and the land of the brave, or the land of the free and the home of the brave." And so I think that there's some really good opportunities for dialogue. Once again, though, I think that white folks, especially liberal-minded white folks, are the ones who need to stand up and start talking to other white folks,
Hmm.
uh, because certainly our people of color and Black folks have carried that burden for much too long.
Yeah.
So I was curious about what your thoughts were on some of the dialogues and some of the kind of I wouldn't say that they're about faces, but there's certainly some ahas going on out there.
So first thing I'll say is there's a clip in YouTube now of one of the skits in the most recent from this weekend, Saturday Night Live, and it's
Mm-hmm,
exactly that. It's a
mm-hmm,
mother of teen or grown children. And she's
mm-hmm.
so hesitantly saying, "Okay, I need to tell you something, but you cannot say anything. No looks, no
Right,
response, right?" And
right,
then
right.
she says, "I'm thinking that maybe,
Maybe,
well,
right.
maybe." And the kids are like, "What?" And she's like, "I told you, shut up." And it
Right.
was very revealing of exactly
Mm-hmm,
that. Like, well, maybe it doesn't matter to me about trans people. Maybe
mm-hmm.
he's not good for the country. These kinds of things.
Right.
So I think what you just said is very relevant to, and especially women. White
Mm-hmm,
women are likely more likely to have a usually than white men. But so there's that. Some other from other perspectives that have felt meaningful to me is more content from Black creators
mm-hmm,
talking about the important point that
mm-hmm.
the Border Patrol, ICE, roving guys with all of
Uh-huh.
their everything, that how they're noticing like white folks talking about Gestapo and such. And they're saying, well, you know, that seems safer for white folks to talk like that. But really, they're slave catchers. They're
Mm-hmm.
they're the
Yeah.
same vibe as the slave patrols, as
Mm-hmm,
Jim Crow. This is Jim
mm-hmm,
Crow. Welcome to
mm-hmm,
what we lived through for through all of the decades of Jim Crow. At any
mm-hmm.
point, a door could be kicked in, or people could be disappeared or murdered in the street. So I found that to be quite important for especially white people who don't have a memory of those times and maybe
Mm-hmm.
like to think that it's all over. That,
Right.
yeah, the tendency might be to say it's like the 30s and 40s in Germany. And for some people here, that is part of our lineage, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
no matter when the our ancestors came to this country, part of it might have been because of that. that
Hmm.
era, or they came before. And then the people, definitely the people at the top who are orchestrating this, they are the descendants of
Hmm.
those people.
Right,
Both
right,
groups, the slave
right,
catchers and the ones who are the legislators who made that law, and
right.
also the Gestapo folk.
Hmm.
So I think it's an important additional valid way to view it, which is maybe a little more tender for a lot of, especially liberal and progressive white folks that don't want to acknowledge of how recent
Hmm.
that is, and it never went away, right?
Hmm.
And so I guess those are the things that come to me is how we talk about it and how uncomfortable it is to really realize that this is the same old thing of disappearing Native American people, stealing children and killing them. Horrible, horrible. I mean, that's where we're at is that it's our
Hmm.
history that is still here. It hasn't gone away. We haven't moved beyond it. It has become the law again very quickly
Hmm.
by enough people's choice,
Hmm.
right? This wasn't imposed on everyone. Enough people frickin' voted for this shit.
Right,
And so here we are again. It's
right.
not done. We have to face it. We have to look it right in the eye. I saw a very meaningful, I can't remember which one it was, who it was, a man saying, look, this is on you.
Hmm.
This is your thing to do. We can't fix
Right,
it. You have to fix it.
right, right.
And that's so I've been settling into that lately, which is this is a long haul.
Hmm.
This is not going to be fixed quickly.
We're glad you joined us today on The Raven's Nest, finding hope and spirit in interesting times. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like what you hear, give us a big thumbs up. We'll see you next time.